G'day, what's poppin'? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look and continuing my journey, being the advocate for DC, being the person that brings DC back into the limelight. And I'm going to be honest, we're taking a look at one of my favorite film sort of series within DC, which is the Harley Quinn trilogy, which is obviously like Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, and then The Suicide Squad. That's the Harley Quinn trilogy in the old DCEU. Yes, I've nicknamed it the Harley Quinn trilogy, and it is a fucking good trilogy, I will admit. It does fall off towards the end, but the first two are absolutely solid contenders. I have taken a look at the third one out of the trilogy already on the channel, so you can go check that out for yourself. But I have recently rewatched the original Suicide Squad. No the here, just Suicide Squad. And without any further delay, let's see what Google has to say about this movie, because it is the birth of Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. So, Suicide Squad is a 2016 action fantasy which is 2 hours and 10 minutes. It has a 5.9 out of 10 on IMDb and a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can watch this on Netflix, Amazon, YouTube, and Now TV. And basically, Amanda Waller assembles a team of imprisoned supervillains to execute dangerous Black Ops missions when an accident which threatens to destroy mankind, the squad is tasked with stopping her. So how this movie actually starts is Amanda Waller basically introduces us to our villains one by one, with Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, Slipknot, Killer Croc, Diablo, and why do I feel like I'm forgetting one? Probably forgetting one, but they don't matter. And basically, they have Enchantress, and they're trying to pitch this idea to the board of directors. They end up getting it greenlit, and yeah, Enchantress manages to slip out of Rick Flag's sort of hold. So she releases her brother, and then her brother helps her get released and freed from Amanda Waller. They then take over New York, Gotham. I don't know actually where they're taking over. I will admit I don't actually know where this is. I'm gonna say New York, just because. And they send out Task Force X, which is the Suicide Squad. So we get Harley Quinn, we get Deadshot, we get Captain Boomerang, my absolute personal favorite three, with Diablo being in the number one spot. The other three are good, but they make 2, 3, and 4. Diablo is my absolute personal favorite. And they get dropped in with Rick Flag as their leader. They all have bombs in their necks, because if they do anything bad, they're gonna get exploded. And with any movie like this, we have the first kill to set the stakes of the movie, and that first kill goes to Slipknot. And he tries to escape due to Captain Boomerang giving him the thumbs up to go ahead and try it. And, yeah, it don't go too well for him, so they end up fighting Venom-like creatures throughout the streets of New York, and they save Amanda Waller, which they don't actually know they're saving Amanda Waller. They think it's someone who's going to be very special, but it's Amanda Waller. She ends up getting captured, anyway, by Enchantress, and then she uses a big skybeam, because we all love a big skybeam. It's 2016, skybeams are in. They're like the in thing. Skybeams are fucking needed and necessary. And they blow up a load of government bases, and the Suicide Squad, you know what? Tell Rick Flag to go fuck himself and go for a drink at a bar. Rick Flag gives them an inspirational speech, and Deadshot gives them another one, and they come together, they be the heroes, and they go and stop Enchantress. Diablo sacrifices himself. Will Smith, or Deadshot, he basically plays himself in this movie, but that doesn't matter. And he gets to see his kid, and that's pretty much where the movie ends, with Harley Quinn escaping with Joker. I quickly ran over everything. This movie did come out in 2016, so you shouldn't really have to worry about spoilers, but I do believe it is better than the second one. A lot of people say the second one is better, but I do not agree. I much prefer this one. I think this one is much more entertaining. I think this one has a much better story, and I'm going to be honest, this one is a lot more threatening and a lot more dark and gritty compared to the really happy sort of giant starfish monster. The other one had a lot of jokes in it which didn't really land, and the other one also had characters which I didn't really care about, whereas here, there's characters which I do like and that I do care about. I like Diablo, and I like his character arc of him sort of learning to use his powers, basically the Shoto Todoroki character arc, where it's like, hey, I am going to use my fire for good because it's my power, and I won't let my power define me, I will define the power, and I think that's really cool. Margot Robbie does absolutely fucking incredible as Harley Quinn. It is her first role as Harley Quinn, and she is like the best Harley Quinn in live action. I gotta give the best Harley Quinn role actually to the voice actor of Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. I'm sorry, that Tina Fey, I think she's called. She's like the best rendition of Harley Quinn. I'm sorry, that voice is iconic. Nothing can beat that. But I think Harley Quinn's really cool here. She is overly sexualized in this movie, and that is like the worst thing about it. But other than that, I think she nails the Harley Quinn. I think she nails the crazy and the psycho vibes of Harley Quinn. And her joke delivery is like on point. She's the funny one. She should be the comedic one, the comedic relief, and that's how she shines, and that's how she sort of manages to rise above the others here. I'm not a huge fan of the Joker. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't like his actor. I'm not a huge fan of Morbius. Um, I don't think he really fit in this film. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he should have been the Joker. It's not a good Joker, I will admit. And this is one of the worst parts of the movie. Like the Joker is bad. I do like the build up of the threat though, with the city about to be destroyed and all the soldiers being taken and changed to the army. We also have the threat being built up with Slipknot dying at the start, and this movie did come out when that trope was not as used as often. I will admit there is a lot more Suicide Squad clones nowadays where they have the initial first death, and that trope has just been done to death. It's been done in the second Suicide Squad movie to a higher scale. It's been done in Laserhawk Dragon something, I forget the fucking name of it, but it was done in that, and it's done in so many other like movies and TV shows that it is just way too overdone. I like Katana as well. I think Katana was really cool. Captain Boomerang was also quite funny. I liked his Aussie accent, and I was very upset that they killed him off in number two, because I think he was one of the better parts of number one. He just added that extra bit of drama, and his sick, twisted sort of energy that he brought to the team was really cool. I just like the dynamic of the team because it's like a group of people that wouldn't normally be together, coming together and working together, and it's just all their different personalities clashing. Whereas number two didn't really have that because, as they made the joke in the movie, Peacemaker and Bloodsport, they're the same fucking guy. They do the same fucking thing. So it ain't funny. They don't clash. They just argue over who's better, which is quite boring, and it doesn't lead for an exciting conflict when they're just arguing over who's the better gunman. Whereas in this one, they had the other conflicts of characters, like the conflict of interest, the conflict of character types, and basically just, the opinions of the characters are the driving factor for this. And this movie is really fucking sick. I will admit this is like one of my favorite DC movies, followed by Birds of Prey. I think these two are absolutely insane. Obviously, number three is Blue Beetle. I fucking love myself a good Blue Beetle, and I'm on about the DCEU movies. All right, I can barely talk, but it's not it's not it's not it's not a good bunch to choose from. I will admit it it's not a huge selection of movies, and they're not all like bangers like this one. They're not all brilliant, I will admit. And I don't get what everyone has against this movie. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked this one. I thought the characters were interesting, and it's got some really good characters from DC. We even have a little cameo of Batfleck. Ben Affleck as Batman in here. He does make his appearance, which is fucking cool. And they do try and sort of set Amanda Waller up as this like Nick Fury esque character to get everyone together. But I don't think it lands as well as it does in Marvel, I will admit. And Marvel is slipping off the deep end right now. But this movie's still really fucking cool. This movie holds up. I watched it yesterday, and I'm still a huge fan of it. I still really enjoyed it. I didn't go on my phone. I was glued to the screen, and it is one of those movies which is rewatchable. I like it. I don't often rewatch movies. I have to really enjoy a movie. I have to really care about a movie. I have to really want to watch a movie to want to watch it again and to watch it again. And if it's not above like a 7 out of 10, I won't watch it. That's how my ranking goes. It's like 1 out of 4. 1 to 4, won't watch it again ever. I regret it. I wasted my time watching it. 5 to 7, you know what? I won't watch it again, but I'm glad that I watched it. 8 to 10, fucking loved it, would watch it again, would recommend it, go watch it for yourselves. And this movie, it's a 9, baby. This movie's a 9 out of 10 for me. I fucking adore this movie. I fucking love it. The music, the soundtrack is a fucking banger. I remember having the fucking CD and we would listen to it in the car on the way to the seaside, on the way to wherever. This CD was an absolute fucking banger. It's actually what introduced me to like Imagine Dragons and Fall Out Boy. I will admit, this is the movie that introduced me to their music. And then Arcane just hammered it home with Imagine Dragons. But come on, like how can you not enjoy this movie? It's fun, it's great, it's got some interesting characters. I know Will Smith plays himself, but Will Smith plays himself in every fucking movie. It's just the Will Smith effect at this point. So you just don't like Will Smith if you don't like him in this movie. Like it's the same with Ryan Reynolds, like Jack Black, Danny DeVito. They just play themselves in every movie. They don't go out of their way to try and be someone different. They just play themselves. But I'm gonna have to love you and leave you because that's all we have time for today. So I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next. I hope you all have an excellent day and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.